Alrighty, just getting some things tuned in. Just gonna pop into the stream and check out the audio, see if the music's too loud, how the mic sounds. Just gonna pop into the stream and check out the audio, see if the music's too loud, how the mic sounds. Just gonna pop into the stream and check out the audio, see if the music's too loud, how the mic sounds. I turn it down a little bit, and that should be good. Turn it down even a little more. We'll see how that sounds. Alright, so I just recently did a video on this new deck profile. This is my Ogdoadic Evol Dino deck, the one I just uploaded a few days ago. And I got a comment asking for some test hands, some combo guides. I'm sure they know how to play, but they want to see how it all comes together. And maybe we'll even make some last minute changes here. It's always about iterating. The deck is never sorted. You always want to improve, so. We were able to get some games. It looks like there aren't a ton of people on. I'm a bit sick today, you might be able to hear. I actually stayed home from work, so I don't know how many people are going to be on playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Good. We get to go first. And our hand is rough. But we managed to get the Naya through. So that's really good. So here what we want to do is probably just preserve the... Ooh, this actually lines this up pretty well. Okay, very good. So this is my usual play pattern. I think this may have been a mistake here. I think what I could have done right is summon Tribute for 2 tokens, make a mask. Yeah, I totally could have done that. Okay, so this is the old play pattern. This is actually now incorrect, I think. That's pretty cool, honestly. Because now, with Daybreak, instead of going for this and then sending Alert like I was going to, I could have searched Daybreak and then tributed the Naya to make 2 tokens, right? Make mask, and then use that Daybreak to shuffle the banished Naya back into my deck, and then send an Alert. So I actually would have had 1 more body on board, which would have been really good because with Draglubion, once the negate from your Harbinger is spent, that's kind of it. So I think in future that will be the new play pattern I do. That's kind of exciting, discovering things as we go. Ooh, I think our Droll is going to get some good use here. Target 1 6am, special summon 1 from your deck. I think Asceticism is worth blocking. I feel like a summon from deck is quite powerful. I'm admittedly not super familiar with 6am. What do they have here? Maybe another Asceticism in hand. They had a response there. I'm not sure what it could have been. He's on. Hello, I see somebody's here. Thanks for popping in. Even if you don't stay very long, I hope you have a nice day. I'm kind of surprised to see Kamo in here. I don't think that's super popular. Contact fusing. This is getting really weird. This guy just lets you vanish, right? Ooh. I should have responded quicker, but it's okay. Wait. He's not coming back? They just banished their guy? You sure about that? Okay. I think we're up against a kind of casual list, but it's alright. I don't know how competitive you could call mine anyway. This is a called by. That kind of hurts, but they're down to no resources and we have Droll in hand, so honestly not too worried. We can recover from this with our alert, so we're just gonna play it slow, deal some damage. Hello, hello. Thank you for stopping in. I really like Ogdoadic in the grind game. Once you get past the first couple turns, this deck really excels because you're able to just loop your resources. Alright, let's try to get a little more aggressive an opponent, a little more competitive a game. I don't know how much luck we'll have, but we will try. Let's try hosting. I hope you're having a good new year. I feel like it's off to a good start. Things feel nice and quiet, especially compared to the past couple of years, how things have been. It's been a little hectic, I think. This hand is killer, and we're going first. Okay. So here we hope to see the Naya get hit. Of course it doesn't, because we want that, but we have everything we need in the graveyard now. We're going to use the Snake Rain. Again, they don't hit it. 1, 2, 3. Just go for 4 unique names here. The Night Sword Serpent, going to get us that body to start us off. And there's nothing in our hand we need to get rid of with Zoha. I just like having it in the graveyard because, like a lot of your Ogdos, it's not an awesome top deck. It's not something you really want to see off your deck. Let's grab here. We want, of course, the Lily because if we send or not, that sucks. We had a really good turn queued up there. I assume they had no interaction, but what we were gonna do is Lily, dump a Naya, summon out that Najasho, and then pop off into the Evol line alongside the Misk into Animadormed Archosaur. This hand is horrible. This is actually unplayable garbage. We're gonna set a card and try to bait something and pass. They're on 60 card, maybe Dark World, maybe some kind of big pile, right? Trade in Blue Eyes. Interesting. We might live here. We'll see. Even if we do, we don't have a lot of gas. We're really looking for Snake Rain. That's 3 of. 3 Naya, that's 6 cards. Our 2 Nunus. There it is. Good. Never punished, right? Discard the curse. Oh, it's going swimmingly. Get rid of that. That. 1, 2, 3. We just gotta make sure we really want the... Now I need to decide, right? Do I want the Najasho? I think I do. I think we can pull it off. But we have the Daybreak in hand. Let's go for the Night Sword. And it's looking like we're going to have lethal here, but I'm going to take this hopefully as an opportunity to... well, they are going to get a Blue Eyes. We should be able to deal with that, but hopefully I'm able to show some of the upper limits of what we can do here. pick up our lily. I apologize for the clearing of the throat here. We could go for Allert here. That would put our graveyard up to 1, 2, 3. Or what we could do is the Nunu, tribute the Nunu, get Najasho in our graveyard. Let's try that. Thinking is hard. Let's just go for it. Actually, let's not mess around. Let's not extend more than we need to. Use the Echidna, put that down to 0. Summon out the Alert. They're getting nothing back from their graveyard, which is super nice. Use that Alert. Put these back on our grave. We actually don't want to see the Night Sword back in our grave, because we like it banished. To use the Daybreak second effect on, right, to put it back in our deck, and then to send it. Full send. We just go for a cozy Numeron, which I'm sure, as a Blue Eyes player, they are familiar with. I hope so, at least. I assume that this is just a good rank 8 card. Pardon the voice crack. Alright, GG. Let's see. Maybe they won't have a rematch. Guess not. I've had a fever the past couple nights for some reason. I've been okay at work for the most part, but when I get home I just crash. I just come home and sit under a blanket feeling cold. But I've had a lot of time to catch up on shows. I finished Spy Family Season 2. That was fun. I didn't love it, but I think it's good. I liked the stuff near the end with the focus on her. I thought that was refreshing. I also have been rewatching Mob Psycho. I finished Season 2. I watched Season 1, of course. I finished rewatching Season 2, and I think Season 2 is better than Season 1 for the most part. I kind of lose interest near the end, but the beginning is really fun. We got some of the funniest parts of Mob Psycho. We've got another weird start from opponent here. Let's send the Naya. We always want to start with your less valuable starter, and we have 2 starters, so what do we have? 1, 2, 3. I would say we're being spoiled for starters, but that was the point of this build, was to have enough starters to really play the game. So we haven't consumed our normal summon, so if they interrupt us, this Talents could lean us into a Fossil Dig / Fossil Dig target. But it's kind of looking like that's not going to happen right now. Got the full 4. Lily it is. We have to send a Naya here. Oop. Get this out. Very good. We actually have no backward removal in our extra, which is pretty annoying. That seems like maybe an oversight on my part. If I summon Nunu here, let's not. Let's hold off. Let's tribute the Najasho, using its effect, of course, to summon out that Leos rather. Let's set that Singularity. We have the Archosaur in hand, so that's pretty annoying. But what we can do here is... Yeah, I don't love the position I've put myself in. 2 monsters. Let's not. And a surrender. Okay. I wish we could get some more full games. It's fun to get a back and forth. That's when I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is at its peak, is when you're able to really, you know, ping pong advantage. Oh, I'm winning, now you're winning. But I suppose people don't want to play if they feel like they have no chance, but they didn't even see what I had. Don't tell me you're tired of the Ogdoadic combos. It's probably the first time you've seen it. Let's start with that curse. We are sacrificing our Ash Blossom here. I wonder if they have an imperm here. That's a weird window. They also have a weird number of cards here. 44. Consistency is something that's interesting to me. People talk about wanting at 40, and I always build at 40, but I wonder... I should do the math sometime. I wonder what your odds are really like. It's probably more about your ratio of starters to non-starters to bricks than the number of cards in your deck, right? Having less cards means you're more likely to draw into one particular card, because 1 in 40 is easier than 1 in 41 or higher, right? But if your ratio is good... that's a pretty tough imperm, but I don't hate it because it lets us show off our Ogdoadic tokens. It lets us use this dodging. And that feels pretty classy. Very flu, that play. Let's pick up a Lily. So... we can make Mask. We can send from our deck to the grave. How many bodies can we get here? We could go 2 of these. This can make a body. 1, 2, 3. Or we could just go Unicorn. Yeah, we could go 1, 2. This is Night Sword Serpent, that's why I'm calling it 3. So if we went 2 monsters, we'd have... and the goal would be Apo. Yeah, we can do that. Let's use these tokens up. Let's send a Night Sword. Summon out the Night Sword. And let's use our Daybreak here. It allows us to return this to our deck, and then, by doing so, we can send our Allard here, and our Allards will turn our token into something usable. So we're gonna go to the Apollosa here. That is not too shabby. That's a pretty cool use of Daybreak. We're gonna pass. So we've got a pretty beefy Apo. 24 is pretty big. It's hard for them to beat over that. 800 less so, but... oh, it's in a back row deck. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, I think we're gonna have to use up some effects coming up here. I would like them to normal summon like a core, to use Apo on it, and then immediately mask. Because with this out, they can just basically super poly our whole board away if they get a Cyber Dragon to stick, and that would be really, really bad. This is... I know Cyber Dragon's not like a meta deck, it's not a crazy deck, but this has got to be one of my least favorite things to face off, this stupid Clockwork Knight, making all monsters machines. I also just hate the art. It looks like a fake card. I had to look this up the first time I went out against it, because it looks so weird. It just does not fit the art integrity of this game. It's so bizarre to me. Like, look at those gears. What's up with that? I guess it's probably an homage to the GX era, right? They want it to look old school. So this sucks. We're gonna do some quick Googling. Cyber Dragon. If I'm not mistaken, it's Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Yeah, machine monsters from either side. They special summon this. Yeah. I think we just have to hope that's the only thing they've got. Our whole board gone. But the unicorn came in handy. That was a pretty neat way to deal with that card. Haha, just kidding. Doesn't matter. I think as a new player deck, Cyber Dragon seems really cool. I tried building it and I was struggling. I think my brain is just very small. Not that Cyber Dragon's not a hard deck or doesn't require skill, but I feel like it's got really powerful, simple options. Being able to rip apart your opponent's board to make your own monsters. Those monsters don't necessarily do a lot. Seeger's kind of complicated, but not insanely so. Pardon me. I'm sorry if I'm making weird noises. Like I said, I'm not feeling the best. So we can make that Cyber Dragon a little less useful with our Leos, because we can turn it into a fire dino while also manipulating our own levels. But let's get this set up. Put down Singularity. We've got to be careful to stay out of the extra monster zone. So if we... Yeah, I like this. We go like this and this. So we could just make a Dolka here, but I wonder if being more aggressive would be the key. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for a Tyranno instead. Go like that. No monsters engraved for opponent here, so that's really nice. We also have plenty of links in the grave, so I'm not going to worry about trying to make the link Karibo here. Let's put our Misk back. This is one of my favorite combos from my early days of discovering Dino Ogdoadic, is just the interactions involved. Stuff like that is so cool. I know, it really doesn't matter, but we get rid of the non. They probably have the Cyber Dragon trap here. That shouldn't be a huge deal. Go for some damage. So we have the Tyranno, which is really nice. The only downside is if they pull another machine factory, we're kind of in trouble, right? Because, oh, and I'm a very good player because I didn't put this in my graveyard because I'm very, very smart, because I knew that if I did that, I would be able to Evo Singularity, and that wouldn't be fair to my opponent, you see. So that was a misplay. This should be in the graveyard and not Curse. Ooh. Lightning Storm hurts. Does it, though? End of main. Passing over to me. We got that recovery, yo. Now we can deal with whatever that set card is. Let's go for lethal. They had a window upon declaring battle. So I'm very curious. Oh, GG's. Fun game. Should we do some plugs? Should I change my name? Let's do that. Let's do a little plug-in. Put my name out there. Maybe we can get some converts. Yeesh. Sometimes I really wish I played Flogos. But if we go... summon that tribute it, we can then send Zoha, or would we be better off just sending Hey creators, that's so funny. I've streamed a couple times, but I feel like I haven't streamed when you're around to see. Thank you for sticking around. I can't tell you how much it means that you comment on so many videos. It's really, really cool. I have a baby channel, but it feels really nice to have like a consistent viewer. Let's see. Trib this. Get 2 tokens. I feel like the tokens are a good use of this card. Because I'm not going to necessarily want to tribute anything else. This is like the worst card to have as its own body. Get those. We can put that back. What's kind of awkward is we don't really need either of the spells anymore. We only play... No, yeah, there's no pressure, obviously. Like, you gotta make your money. But it's cool that you're able to swing by. I'm still pretty new to streaming, but it's pretty fun. Even when there's like nobody here, it's fun to kind of do commentary. It reminds me of playing at locals. I feel like it's good practice for learning play patterns and getting better at thinking forward. I think what can happen is when you play by yourself, you kind of just click button. At least that's what I do. When I'm not facing somebody, it's easier to just autopilot and then kind of get myself in a situation I can't get out of necessarily. And I don't love that. I think that's not good for you as a player. Droll is funny here because they don't realize how little we don't care about that. I remember hearing about orcust Ogdoadic a while ago. I'll double check on that in a sec here. I've never tried it, but it's only because the price of one of the orcust cards was just so prohibitive at the time of me checking. But maybe that's different now. Maybe it's not as bad as it was. Because I don't hate that idea. I think that sounds pretty cool. Orcust is one of the decks that I kind of wish I had tried more of during that format where Orcust was big. Because I actually think if my bias were removed against that format. I just don't like that 2019 format very much. I think Orcust might be a deck I actually enjoyed. So maybe I need to give it a more fair shot. You know, I really love Ogdoadic. It's so cool that this weird wonky graveyard deck can kind of dodge Droll this well. Like, there are important points, but I feel like the first search you make is usually the last one you need, honestly. But yeah, my turn's almost over here. I'm gonna pull up TCG Player and take a look at the price of the one. I swear he was like 40 bucks a while ago. It was a while ago, right? But yeah, Gearsuit the Orcust Mech Knight is like $1.60 now. So this is totally doable, especially considering that Ogdoadic, as you know. Oh yeah. Come on, where you been, creators? Yeah, so Draglubion Harbinger is probably my favorite play in the game, and as I'm sure you know, Harbinger has taunt, and as I'm sure you also know, most people don't know that. So they'll see this mask here. How do you play around mask? You attack her, right? Well, they go for the battle phase, they attack, and you detach a material, and they go, wait, why? They read this card and they realize, oh, now I'm attacking a 3k body. Yeah, Draglubion into Harbinger is sick. What's happening? Does this do something? This guy sees summoned. Draw one card. Add one. Did they use Shiro? They did. So, add one Gunkan spell trap from your deck to your hand. Let's block that. Yeah, creator. So that's like, obviously now you see the full picture, but that's what's really great about Draglubion is for this deck, it's the perfect going first or going second boss monster. Going first, you set up that Harbinger for that spell negate and that defensive body. Going second, you try to set up lethal using stuff like Echidna and Numeron Dragon. It's such a fun deck. Obviously, Draglubion and Harbinger aren't Ogdoadic cards, but they feel like they are, you know? What the heck is this? I don't swear on this channel. I almost forgot that rule. So we're totally gonna see a battle phase here. Downside is I can only protect once, but I mean, I don't really see the need to overreact here. Get rid of the Xyz monster. What does this card do? Honestly, since you're hanging out, maybe what we'll do is we'll do some Ogdoadic theory crafting. If you have some time after this duel, I can take a look at some Orcust cards. Because didn't we just get something back on the ban list? Let me check. Let's check. Shari, if that's the one you're talking. Yep, Shari Red is an Aqua. I think these are all Aqua cards. I have no clue. If what you're asking is what is this card for, I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it's to set this up. I actually don't know why they played that. Did they search anything? I didn't catch it. We have a spell here. They detached materials. Yeah, let's stop that. Haha, our opponent didn't read Harbinger at all. Yeah, I don't know why Toss... Well, I do know why, because it had Sky Striker. Toss was a format I am not fond of. But I think if it didn't have Sky Striker, it was actually pretty cool. My monster. Why are you gone, my monster? Okay, because of Sargas. This is a cool card. That's a cool way of activating the effect. Instead of just detaching, it gets its effect from its materials being detached. That's kind of cute. What am I missing? Orcust has Harp Horror back. Why can't I find it on the ban list? Here we go. Harp Horror back to 1. Let's see. Harp Horror. I know what it looks like, but I don't remember what it does. We have Hello, we have a 1 material Zeus. Okay. But why? I almost want to just chill, but I wonder if that's too slow. Because if we go for... I'm not 100% what to do here. I kind of just want to pass turn, to be honest. I feel like they're playing an abomination. Let's try. We could commit some cards, but I don't really want to. I feel like it would be a mistake, honestly. While we do that, let's mess with our stream a little bit. Let's add a little display capture. Let's do card showcase. Capture. Display. No, that's not what I want. They're doing things. They're making stuff. The upside for us is that Sous Ship does nothing. The downside for them is Sous Ship does nothing. They get to draw a card, right? But I don't think it's going to do a whole lot. Oh, Gaga Magician. Attach target 1 Xyz monster. Changes attack to 4,000. Negates effects. Oh, that's not what we're doing, is it? Special summon it. We're going to do some silly Xyz overlay plays. I'm trying to set it up so that I can show some cards on screen while we stream, but I'm not great with OBS, so I'll work on that while we play. I want to show it's almost like we're a real live stream for just a minute here. So let's move it down just a little bit. This is fun. Streaming is fun. Thanks for hanging out. We're about to lose our guy, but not our health. So you can banish this card from... I'm reading cards, everyone knows what they do, but I'm not familiar, okay? Give me a break. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 orcust monster from your deck. Also, you cannot spec for this turn except dark monsters. So that's interesting. Dark isn't a crazy limit, but it is a limit, so we'll have to consider that while building. And our opponent has a monster negate right now, right? Negate the activation, gain control of it. Okay. That could be bad. Send our Naya. Let's summon out. Negate that activation, then if that monster is on the field, gain control of it. So, I'm kind of hoping they go for the negate on Curse, because then we get to Dawn, or Daybreak. I always call it Dawn because of the name up in the left corner, the old name. Oh. Oh. They went for the worst possible play. I think we win the duel now. Well, actually, no, we don't. We would if we had another Draglubion engine, which I had in another version of this deck, but I don't anymore. Is Daybreak good for the deck? Yeah, Daybreak's really good. So It's weird though, right? Because you read the card and it's super funky. It's not like a mad consistency boost, or it's not an obvious card. It's the kind of weirdo support you get if you're the reptile deck from the creators pack, you know what I mean? So what it does is it makes tokens, but the important parts are actually not the tokens. Well, I shouldn't say that. The tokens are great. The tokens allow you to play Masquerena and other cards, but Mask is like the big one. What it really allows you to do is dodge certain targeting. So if they had tried to use their effect here, I could tribute my curse and get tokens out of it at the very least. And now what we want, let's see. One monster. We can negate effects. We could reduce something to 0. 4+ effect monsters. Daybreak's really good. But I don't 3 of it. I play 2 of it. I really like it to tribute Najasho. That's why he's in here. That's my favorite 2 card in this deck. I'm a little stumped here. We normal summoned. If I make some tokens, could go for the full 4 tokens. My Apo is still in there after all. We have nothing in hand. Zeus is probably our best play. So let's prepare for Zeus, which means we need our level 8 on the field. Let's send that. We'll get 2 tokens here. Oh, also, so I mentioned it makes tokens, right? It also lets you manipulate your banished pile. So by shuffling this back into our deck, we can target a reptile that's banished, excuse me, send it back, and then send something from our deck. So in this case, that's going to be our Night Sword Serpent here. So that's a lot of extension, that free Night Sword Serpent body. That makes a big difference for how far your turn can get. So if we go, I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Echidna's really bad to have around though. They just kill us through Echidna. But if, well, actually, no. So link up, make Echidna, make this 0, battle phase, deal damage, main 2, Zeus. That's fine. I agree. I think it's really cool. I wish it were a little easier to use. It's a really hard card to fully utilize. We are giving them a card back, so that's a pretty big deal too. Maybe they'll pick Droll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was gonna go for Zeus. That clears their whole board. If we go Underworld Goddess, it doesn't quite clear their whole board, but she's a little harder to interact with than a naked Zeus. I think let's try for that. Let's go bam, bam, bam. Summon her out. Sure. And I think we actually neutralized the greater threat, which is just this thing with attack points. Yes. So. Uh-oh. Okay. So. We're going to use our little card showcase here. The Baron line is, with our little Dino engine, we're playing 3 Fossil Dig, and one of our dinos is a single copy of Xenometeorus. He is a level 6 tuner dino, as I'm sure you're familiar. This is a very popular card, who says if a card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you inspect this from your hand. This is a level 6 tuner. We have a lot of level 4s, that makes level 10s. I don't go into it go into it a ton. I don't run it on a consistent basis, right? There's a 1 of +3, so there's basically 4 copies of Meteorus, give or take. But I just like it. I really like flexibility in my builds. I like having the option to summon Barone because, yeah. Hey, Codename. Thanks for stopping in. Somebody else I recognize. Yeah, that's right. I can't help it. I gotta stick dinos in my decks. I really, really like Dino with Ogdoadic. But, as I've said, I just really like strong normal summons with Ogdoadic because they lack a strong normal summon on their own. I think that's why Orcust... Excuse me, I'm sorry. I think that's why Orcust has potential, is it looks like that's a pretty solid normal summon deck. Thank you, Codename. That means a lot. Yeah, we're just doing some test hands because people wanted to see it in action, but I'm really excited about this new deck. I think it looks similar to things I've done before, but I think it plays really differently. Like I said in that video, I think the ceiling is really high on this deck. I think it's good, right? I think this list is good, but I think some more tuning could make it a little better, and I would really like that. So I'm always going to be working on it. I don't think it's a bad thing to post a list and then feel like there's more that can be done with it. I think that's just how the evolution process goes on decks, especially when they're kind of dinky pack filler decks like our Ogdoadic that we share. I think that's awesome, creators. Yeah, I'm kind of considering... I kind of thought the Promethean Princess was a Master Duel exclusive card. Oh no, she's coming out, I think. I hope I'm not doxing myself. I'm not super familiar with streaming, so. It's a card effects includes switch. Yeah. They linked up. Yeah, they're out of gas. Ooh, what a draw. What a draw. I mean, we use it, right? Yeah, I think we gotta. So, how big is the Orcust package? How many cards? It's a TCG player info. How many cards does it require? No, don't steal my TCG player info. You'll have access to my tiny bank account. I would really like to have a better, like, cropped image here. I also... I guess I'm thinking of... For some reason, they cursed the old Evol swords to be when effects, but Najasha is an if. I always operated as though Najasha were a when for some reason. Set this. So we could, instead of a rank 8, yeah, I like going for a Dolka here instead of giving them more materials. Make this. 9, okay, so 7, 8 in the main and 3 in the extra. That's not a lot. That's really small. 9 because I like Babel and Crescendo. I think Crescendo seems great because, correct me if I'm wrong, Galatea, the link 2, the small one, searches that? Or am I wrong here? Am I way off base? Yeah, that's awesome. That's, oh man, but that's like, that was like toss format, right? Like Salad had a play like that. They could set up their trap card negate. Striker kind of had a play like that. Most people just, so I think the strength of Ogdoadic is grinding. I agree with you. I don't think it's a deck that needs to be explosive. I think it needs to be resilient. I think it's a sturdy enough deck that you can afford to... Well, I don't know, though. It's always a balance, right? Manage that. Like, this was a total grind game. Maybe it shouldn't have been, because they're playing kind of random stuff, but the, I mean, they weren't playing terrible cards. We just got through it all. But no, I agree, creators. I like being able to grind through matches. I don't... Because with Ogdoadic, duels kind of go long. The goal is to not die on turn 2, right? And then from there, what are you going to do? Your extra deck's running out. You really got to think about what you're going to do for the grind game. So if you don't prepare for it, if you just go for like explosive, just that like smaller engine, right? Maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe that's the difference between losing on turn 3 and not. Very fun duel there. Okay, 7 to 8 in the main. Orcust. Oh, there are a lot of cards. Oh, there aren't that many. Man, they really never got more main deck monsters except Gear Suit. That's so funny. Okay, creators, help me out. What do I need for this to work? I need you, buddy. Do have Discord. For some reason, I'm a little nervous to share my tag. Let's see. Would you be able to... Let me see. Would you mind emailing it to me? I'll throw it in the chat. If you would email that to me, that would be awesome. It's just dehalovogdoadic@gmail.com. Thank you. It's a quote-unquote business email I set up. For some reason, I'm just nervous to post my Discord online. I don't know why. I kind of like keeping my name separate from my channel. I don't even think my Discord has my name, but you know what I mean. Oh, that's so funny. Characters that can't be typed. Yeah, so I tried it when I first found out about it, right? And then I ended up cutting it. But I think with Daybreak, it's a must. I'll do some more testing, but I think it synergizes very specifically with Daybreak. You have a little more graveyard sending with Daybreak, and also, just the reptile variety is kind of poor. I think Night Sword is a great card. I also mentioned this in my video, right? But because it's a water, if you wanted to lean toward a more synchro-heavy deck, you could play this and Coatl to make Adamancipator Risen Dragite for a spell negate. I just feel like you don't need it because you have Harbinger, but it's kind of a cool option. Of course, you have to get it back in your graveyard, but that's not impossible thanks to cards like Alert. This is also kind of just a greedy combo list. Oh, pardon me. So having an extra body is just a big deal for this list, especially with a good level like level 4. Excellent. Now, how the heck do I sign into that account? Yes, I do have my phone that I could look at it on. Would it be better for that, you think? Based reptiles, good name. Yeah, Bestials make sense too. Looking at it. Two Lily. I think SP Little Knight. Yeah, no, codename 100% agree with that. I think the number of bricks is staggering. So anywhere you can cut a brick out, I think you should. I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it. It's not, yeah. I think that's also why I think normal summon builds just work. That's why I think Invoked is just such a nice build, is it's a really small engine. It does what it's supposed to. It's really not convoluted, not very many bricks. You know, you have the field till you have Alistair, you got Invocation. Those cards don't hurt each other the way kind of the Dino engines I run, or a lot of the one-of reptiles you can play do. So I agree with that. I think the number of bricks is really high, and I think cutting that down is good. But I also think that it limits design space when you play it safe. I think with a deck like this, it's not that it's bad to, because it might even be right, but I think you have to test different builds to really find out what works, what doesn't. That's why I struggled with this list for so long, is I just kept trying to play it safe and I just kept not working. I was being too conservative with kind of an out there idea. So, our friend Creators has thrown me a list. So they use 1 World Wand, 1 Nightmare, 3 Gear Suit. That's so funny that you just started learning Ogdo, but you've been, can I ask, why do you follow the channel then? If you're not an Ogdo stan, you're just a nice guy who wants to hang out? Just dealing with a fellow person of culture? I think it's a great time to learn Ogdo, though. We can all learn together. We can help each other out. What cuts can we make? We're playing Babel. So I see you're playing Bestials. I think that's cool. I think Bestials are cool. However, Druid's Worm costs too much. I'm surprised the reprint did so little. Oh, that's so funny. Well, Creators, that's awesome. Thank you for hanging out. That is so appreciated. Not even a degenerate who plays bad decks on purpose, then complains about losing like myself. You're just a normal, well-rounded person who happened to stick around. That's very cool. Yeah, Druid's Worm, I can't believe this thing stayed at 10 bucks. I just am not in a position to be buying these guys, even though I think they're great cards. I think it's an excellent card. Okay, bear with me, it's reading time. I have to figure out what this card does. So, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can send 1 Orcust or World Legacy card from your deck to grave. Then if there are 2 more cards in this column, treat this card as a tuner. That's really cool. If you control another monsters, you can spec 1 token once per turn. Wow. Big extension. He's really big Ash bait, but that's exactly the kind of thing you're looking for with Ogdoadic. So what is our extra deck engine? I see you're playing the Hieratic boss monster as well. That's interesting. Do we need 2 Galatea? run 2 for Babel and Crescendo. Okay, that makes sense. I figured there was a reason. And Galatea cannot be destroyed by battle. This linked card cannot be destroyed by battle. You can target one of your banished machine monsters, shuffle into your deck, then set 1 Orcust spell trap. So it's recycling as well. So we're able to put back... Okay. Are you playing... What do you think of Foolish Burial? Would that be any good in this? To help set up stuff like Harp Horror and also just other Ogdoadic cards. Ooh, I also need to consider... So, Harp does lock us into dark monsters for the rest of the turn, but does that... So, are we able to use Harp near the end of our turn? Can we make our other plays? Because this will shut off our Draglubion access to Harbinger. Are there any other number dragon monsters that are good like Draglubion? I have no idea. Okay, love it, love it, love it. All right, that's fine. Yeah, like how many of these guys are there? There are only 7 number dragons. That seems exceedingly low to me. Oh, that are dark, of course. Just reading some cards. Accept itself, of course. Yeesh, these all suck. These are all really bad. So maybe Draglubion's not the play. Maybe what we should be doing is just dark rank 8s instead of focusing on Draglubion plays, since we don't want to be stepping on our own toes here. Gimmick Puppet of Leo is funny. So, Sanafond is kind of nasty, shutting off graveyard summoning for the opponent. Maybe that's worth looking into. Gains stats for cards in the graveyard as well. Gonna be blah blah blah. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. 2 level 8 darks. That's not gonna work. Zombie vampire. But I don't like zombie vampire. But no, I agree. I think this would be a good card to be playing. So, got some bodies. What level is the token? Level 1. So actually, Link Karibo can probably stay. Dingirsu. Okay, let's cut you then. Oh, Barone, obviously. Duh. Let's go for some Coatl nonsense. Does that make sense? We could go like Draco Berserker. That's a dark. It gives you advantage in a monster reborn plus deck knowledge. I know. I don't know why I just don't like this card. Neither play. If you use a monster with level that is owned by your opponent, treat it as a level 8. Neither player can target this card with effects of social summon monsters except those from the grave. You can attach 1 material from this card. Each player mills 4, and then if any monsters were sent, you can spec one of those monsters. Yeah, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of missed the resurrection part. That's a big deal. Let's do that. Let's... I don't know. I know people play it. Listen, I don't claim to know it all. Let's give it a try. It just feels like Chaos Ruler at home, you know? I don't love giving the opponent graveyard setup that way. I also feel like it's too late in your combo to be setting it, but okay, we'll try it, because I bet you're right and it's awesome. I'm also tempted to throw in Melusine here, just because I love Melusine. Even though I know it's not, like, crazy. I just feel like it's so cool. I don't get to play with this card enough. Let's give this a try. We're going to be doing a bit of reading, but this looks kind of fun. It's really fun hanging out with you guys working on this deck, by the way. So we're up first. Let's do. So you can activate the effects of Orcust as quick effects. During your main phase, if this is in your graveyard, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. Okay. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Orcust monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, except darks. Trying to memorize these lines while tinkering with them. For Ogdoadic, or that's a real YouTube. This hand seems horrible. Not gonna lie, fam. Not that that's anyone's fault but my own. Oh, I hate you. Go away, Shifter. Thank God we had the called by. We never have that. Yeah, Search Naya is not terrible here. I don't... Well, actually, you know what? We could go... Search Naya. We could go for a zombie vampire thing. Shifter haunts my dreams. I can't believe Shifter's not banned. I really want Shifter to be banned. Also, I really like that Babel kind of does the same thing as Zoha. So that might be... Oh, they have it all. Ooh. What I was thinking there was we also could have just gone for a level 8 Synchro. We could have just gone for like a Draco Berserker or a Melusine even. A Melusine would have been like decently durable, honestly. Monsters. Oh, we're super dead. Oh, it's really hard to deal with. Oh, Symbol Skeleton, get out of my head. I just noticed this person's name is Meth or Die, which is very funny. Goodbye, King. Searched. Their talents would have been really nice too, because they had both. Oh man, that's cool. Is that normal cash tech? That looks really cool. Fenrir plus Shifter plus Ash, yeah. And our hand was kind of bad. If we had a bunch of... So if we had two... I say a bunch of... If we had 2 starters, we could have played through the Ash, but we had 0 starters that we ban-jinxed into 1 starter. So what can you do? This card, I don't know. I'm not like crazy about the trap. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, is Unicorn bringing down one of their canister things in that art? It's kind of cool. Hard disagree, codename. I think Echidna's great. I don't like it for its second effect, but I love it for being a link monster that we can... Yeah, we don't play a lot of dark reptiles, but we don't need them for Echidna. Because Echidna's not there for its second effect. Echidna's there for the first effect, for the 0 attack, and for the link. Oh, right. Yeah. No, the Coatl something I just kind of threw in. I think we're boned. Coatl's also pretty cool for summoning with resurrection effects, too. But yeah, I agree. We don't have a ton of gas for it. Coatl, let's see. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't really fit. We need more starters. Right now, we only have 3, 6, 8, kind of 11. I don't think that's enough. There's no search options for orcust plays, are there? Because I would like to get things going a little quicker than we are. From your hand, you can banish this card and target one of your banished orcust, spec it. Orcust seems kind of slow to me, to be honest. Am I missing it though? Because it seems like they all want to be in the graveyard with no good way of being in the graveyard. This is a 7. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face up. Except dark, also spec 1 dark machine. Well, it's my first try. So, give me some time. I would like to make realistic lists, right, but I don't know what Orcust does. I've never played it myself. What I've done is I've thrown together some hand traps, an Ogdoadic core I like, and some Orcust cards. And now we're trying to see if it works. It feels like it doesn't in its current iteration. So what do we want to be a quick effect with Babel? What is the advantage of this being quick? And how is this searchable? Is this just a one of draw into it maybe? Because if it's just a draw into, I think I want to cut it. I don't think Galatea sets it. Does Galatea set it and the trap card? Okay, I see. I think we cut it, because I think if we're going to play Galatea, we want to bring out Climax. Crescendo. I see why they changed that name. I think we want to get the Crescendo with it. Let's see. Orcust can revive Din, send a card from the field to grave. That's kind of cool, but that requires a lot of setup, right? Or is that not a lot of setup? Is that like a realistic play? It sounds cool. I just feel like that last game we struggled to even get anything on the ground. Well, so, but the starters, right? Like, what other starters can I play to get the Orcust combo going? Blow my nose 1 sec. That's so funny. You might have drawn the only hand that doesn't. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty tough. So I agree that I don't like the coatl. I don't really know what else to put in here. I'm almost tempted to put like an invoked engine. When in doubt, we play searches for Girsu. So what searches Girsu? Because I would like that. That's why we play Fossil Dig and Dino, right? Small World. Yeah, Small World's a good idea. My only worry with Small World is that we don't have that many cards in hand because of stuff like Snake Rain, but there's only 3 of those. We actually don't have very many discards outside of that, to be honest. Is the skeleton necessary? I assume it is, but I want to ask. Night Sword is good here too for a Small World connector. Yeah, it's vital. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your wisdom. Oh, we do have a tuner here, so I still... What synchro do you guys recommend? I think Draco Berserker sounds good, but that's as someone who's never played. Or am I not supposed to use this as a tuner? Is that just a meme that it can do that? It's a meme? Okay, that's weird. That seems sad to me. So this is meant to get used up as a body. That makes sense. So we'll cut the synchro. Doesn't come up. Okay, that makes sense. I just see tuner and my eyes go money signs, you know? I just love synchro summoning. I see tuner, I have to synchro summon, you know? Let's see. Let's put some cards back in our extra then. So we have a lot of links. I like Daybreak less now that we're playing no Najasho, so that can probably come down to 1. Oh, actually, we could play Serpent Strike as a way of getting things in the graveyard. Horus. Yeah, I haven't tested the Horus stuff yet. It seems redundant, and some people got mad at me for saying that. I thought that was interesting. They got upset because I said that we already make rank 8s, so I don't know if we need more help making rank 8s, but I don't hate the cards. I don't think they're like terrible. They're also very expensive, so I'm just not gonna buy them. What does it do? Just make rank 8s? Like, what's it do that Ogdoadic can't do? And also, can we fit Horus with Orcust? That seems like a lot of space. Put up a negate. With what monster? Or like with what card, rather? Bates Ash. Yeah. That's true, but any starter baits Ash. What's the negate? Photon Lord. That's pretty cool. The reason I don't build with Photon Lord right now is it's still $60 from Battle of the Legend, Relentless Revenge for some reason. But no, I don't disagree that it's a good card or that's a good idea. I just try to build I try to build decks using Steady to add Gold Sarks and Happy, special both, and make Photon Lord. Yeah, it's a crazy price. I think this was a little cheaper last time I looked, but yeah, I think that's cool. I see it, but Imseti to add, it's a 1-card rank 8. That seems strong, but like the Horus cards, I'm just like showing off how poor I am right now. Yeah, like Imseti is $68. I think that's the only expensive card of the Horus stuff. So I definitely... Yo, hey Rain. Thanks for hopping in. Rainser, I'm not 100%. For purely... consistency and least amount of breaks. But the orcust and the horse build is pretty fun to play. I haven't tried it. I only tried once and I barely tried it. I'm not in love with the orcust line yet. I like Evol. I think Evol is really fun. I also just really like, I'm sure you've noticed on a lot of the Evol and old Dino Pill arts, there's a theme of reptiles evolving into dinos, evolving into dragons. I think that's really fun. Lord reprint in next year's Battle of Legends. That's a great thing to hear, because man, that card needs it. Do we have any idea when that reprint is coming? Because that's a huge deal. Sorry, we're not even playing any duels. We're just chilling. I'm just having a good time. Yeah, Photon Lord seems great. I agree that that card seems awesome. Yeah, it really does. Your reptiles, they skip the dinosaur part. Well, no, they don't, because if you play my dino builds. But yeah, Ogdo right into dragons. This year I meant. Oh yeah, I was on the same page as you, Codename. I was also thinking like 2024, next year. Right. Galaxy Ice Photon Lord. February 22nd, I'm finding. So that's coming up. So if he comes down a lot, that'd be really nice, because the pack that Barone and Talents and stuff got reprinted in, that really changed how I went about building decks, because now I have access to good cards, because they don't cost more than my rent. Like, more power to people who can buy this stuff. This is not a hip piece on them. I'm just not one of those people. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out, creators. You have a great day. I usually... Right. I almost did, because at the time I was going to locals a lot, but I decided that because it was getting reprinted in a few months, I was better off just not going to locals for a little while and waiting for the reprint, because I can't, man. What a stupid price for a card. And I realize, like, I know I'm talking about price, and it's like, does this guy know that it's a sim? Like, you don't have to pay for the cards. But I like to build... Sorry. I like to build decks to build them in paper, to bring them to locals and play them there. That's, like, the fun Yu-Gi-Oh! Has for me. So, I don't have that much fun testing, like, max power builds, because I won't be able to play them at locals. And locals is where I really enjoy playing. Like, a lot of my favorite deck profiles I've done have been from lists I brought to locals and done well with or had fun with. So, that's why I don't build optimally, quote unquote, because I just don't want to... That was weird. Okay. So we're sending an orcust. What are we sending? Is it harp? Oh god, I'm so dumb. I could have had a free token here. Sorry, I'm not used to this. I still can. Am I sending harp? Target one of your strongest super heavy Sam board. Yeah. This is pre-good support. Yeah, harp. Thank you. Look, guys, I'm a real streamer. I need my handheld. Let's get our token, because it costs us nothing. That's really cool. Oh, they get a token. I should read my cards better. Are you supposed to make the token? Was that really dumb? Harp. You can banish this card, then target one orcust in your grave. Special it. No. You can banish this card, then target one face-up card on the field. Summon dark from your deck to the graveyard if you do the target monster. Am I sending Nightmare here? That seems right. I'm just playing Orcust now. It's gotta be Nightmare, right? There's nothing else in our graveyard for a skeleton to bring back. Nightmare or skeleton. Doesn't matter which, huh? Okay, let's go Nightmare. Let's make our Galatea. So we want this in the graveyard. Oh, I see. Has to be those. You can only... Put that back in the deck. Set a card. So now we have an Omni. Now Galatea. Set Babel. Ah, haha. Okay, I took Babel out. I will put it back. I promise. I'll put it back. Select the card to gain attack points, I think. We're sending a card to the graveyard. I'm sorry, Codename. It's my first time. So when you banish, spec it. Except dark monsters. So we could go skeleton or wand here, right? But I assume I've already messed up too much. No, I don't want to read. Okay. Yeah, but let's just click buttons. So, what am I actually trying to summon here? Hero level 8. Special summon it. Skelly. I have to have an orcust link. So if I had Babel here, skeleton would be a quick effect, and I could make a second Galatea. That would be Din. I guess Din is really good going into their board. What a pathetic board I've built. Alright, let's go battle. This was kind of cool. Orcust cards kind of do something. It's too bad they wouldn't activate anything during the main so we could get that talents off. They scooped to our slow play. Okay, putting Babel back. Putting Babel in, I promise. Does that mean we need second Galatea as well? Because that's what it felt like there. I was also playing too few extra deck cards, I just realized. What am I doing? I think I have too many light monsters and stuff in my extra. I didn't realize how restricted these guys are for dark. Should my whole extra deck be dark? Do some searching. I'll definitely do some more testing on this. This is a cool idea. I tell you what, we've been going for 89 minutes. I will continue to practice and I'll work on this, and hopefully we can come back stronger, better. So I will work on this and I will come back and we will try it again. But this was a really fun stream. This is the most fun stream I've done. Thank you for popping in, anybody that popped in. I'll probably leave this one up on the channel just because it was a pretty fun hangout. Hopefully there's no audio or any issues like that, but I don't think there were. So thank you everybody for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Until my next thing, I'll see you next time. Thanks.